Hello, I'm Nancy Crivelato, one of the instructors of the International Academy of Consciousness, and I am here to share with you 7 tips to go through the holiday seasons in the best way possible. The fact is that this is a challenging period because from one side we have our own expectations, what we would like our holiday parties to be like, or especially Christmas, right? In our Western society, that is a date that is important, not necessarily because of religious reasons, just because it's a date we celebrate being together. So it can be a moment that many people are feeling alone. So from one side, we have our own expectations. From other side, not necessarily life is exactly in the way we pictured it, we would like it to be. And we have a third component there, which is some pressure of society in general, because we learn in that period we have to be happy, we have to be celebrating, we have to be with company. And sometimes that's not the case. Some of us, we may have a phase in which we may be a little more depressed, sad, we lost somebody we love. So it cannot be a holiday season for us in that year at least, in which we are, everything is normal. So how can we address this and understand this component that is a mix of our internal expectations, but also what is it that society kinds of make us feel like we would like to have, and on a third aspect, what is it that we can really achieve? How can we change it inside of us? Because of the fact that a large percentage of the population is not that happy, especially this time of the year, because it's when we stop to look back, it creates some sort of energetic information in the atmosphere, in the environment, sometimes large cities. And of course, we have sets of the community in which this can be more aggravating or not as strong. But nonetheless, for those of us who are sensitive to the quality of the information around, we may end up feeling a little depressed or with a mixed feeling. It's a happy moment, everything's so beautiful, but at the same time, I feel some melancholy inside and I do not know why. So let us address all of these aspects and have some ideas on how we can use this opportunity to grow inside even more. So let's see it. The first tip I have for you is that you look at yourself and consider that you are more than just the ephemeral momentary condition of your life. You are not this body, you are not your job, you are not how much people consider you are successful. We are not what we appear to be in this moment. We have our essence, which is much beyond. But we get all confused because in this life, we sense the body more than anything else. Therefore, we may have expectations. We may feel down because we do not succeed necessarily in all of the aspects that we think we would like to. So give yourself a moment to think of yourself from a much broader perspective. What is it that you would like to accomplish? What is the most important thing for you? Give yourself time to recognize your reality. Second tip I have for you is that you bring to your mind the fact that we are never alone. We have always some sort of non-physical spiritual connection with us. The big problem here is what type of connection? So we have no reason to feel alone, but on the other hand, we would like to be selective on those who get close to us. So we have to pay attention because sometimes we allow such an energy atmosphere or energy field to be created around of us because of our state of mind, because of how we are feeling, that we keep polluting that field more and more. And the good presences, good company that we could have around ourselves in a spiritual level end up not being able to get close to us. Sometimes not because they don't want, just because there is no rapport, no connection, no space for them. So if you are alone, and for a reason you have no company for this holiday period, think of that as a diet. It's a detox period. It's a period that you are dedicating to know yourself, to prepare yourself for new things, and to create an appropriate matrix, energetic matrix around of you, so that the ideal synchronicities will happen to you, and not just events that are random or even not so positive to you. Third tip, love yourself first. We cannot be looking for other people to love us if we don't love ourselves. This is very different than being selfish. Being selfish is when we only want our good. I'm talking about respecting yourself, giving yourself time to understand what is behind the appearances of things, so that you can know what you have to invest on, what you could perhaps change inside of yourself so you can feel even greater in your life and even stronger and even more balanced. So respecting and wishing good to you is loving yourself. Invest on it. I'm not talking about investing money. I'm talking about investing time, will, and space inside of yourself for you to work on the aspects that you would like to. Fourth tip, apparently simple, but not necessarily. Smile. Smile to people around of you that you can smile. Use any opportunity. Make somebody feel good about themselves. Don't be closed inside of yourself. So difficult sometimes in our society how we can communicate with someone we don't know, how we can share energies, because communicating is not that difficult. To say, hey, good morning, how are you? The weather's like this and that. But talking to people, allowing energy to go and allowing energy from them to come to you in a healthy way. So we have to have discernment. But the fact is that in most of the cases, this is possible. So try and do it, not for yourself, but for the sake of others. What can I do to extend some good around of me if I am in conditions to do that? If I'm not, I will use my time to give myself the opportunity to grow. But what is important is that you are thinking on how to improve the overall environment and people around. Fifth tip is improve your energy balance. No matter if you are full of people around, if you love holidays, if you don't, if you are going to do something special or not on whatever Year's Eve or any special date, it doesn't matter. What matters is work on your energy balance so that you become lucid. You increase your lucidity and awareness, so you see what's going on. You see what type of energy is more balanced or less balanced, where you can be more open and just allow the energies to interact with you, and where perhaps you should be more rational, observing, so that you do not dive into the environment or the mood of other people without thinking, without reflecting about it. One of the good techniques for this is the VELO technique. This technique has received lots of research, and research even with people who did not know what the technique was and what for, and results were amazing. This was already presented in 2 international conferences. And what we want here is to give you an opportunity to try and practice it and put yourself in the best energy condition possible, so that you are going to be open to the best energy possible as well and lucid of what's going on. If you want to check about this technique, take a look at a video called How to Do the VELO technique. It's VELO, which is on my channel, Nancy Trivelato English. Okay? The 6th tip I have for you, it's kind of logical, but we totally forget about it. Remember that life is not only the physical dimension. So hey, use this time to do some energy techniques, some out-of-body experience techniques, to enjoy being yourself beyond the limitations of the physical body, to learn things and see things that you can renew your objectives, your perspective of life, your self-knowledge, how you see yourself, and gain further purpose of life. That's what matters. We need a purpose for this life. We enjoy living and applying our time and our energy and our effort when it is something that we love doing, that we know the meaning of it. Do you know the meaning for your everyday life? You have a greater plan? You can have an idea of that. So use this time. Apply yourself. Enjoy a trip outside the body. And you know we have many tips about that on YouTube channel from IAC and my YouTube channel. Go there, check, do the techniques. The 7th tip is giving feels better than receiving. So give to somebody, give help, give a nice look, give a smile, offer something, give energy, love them. It's more important to us at the end of the day how much we have been able to give and enjoy giving and seeing the other one happy than what we receive. We normally like the reciprocation, but that's not what matters most at the end of the day. Because if we don't like giving, what we receive ends up not being enough. We receive a gift, we receive a word of support, but it's like an endless need of ours. It's never enough because we do not know how to take what we were given, because we do not know how to give. I promise you, you will feel greater if you find inside of you what is it that you can give to others, the community close to you, people in need, relatives, friends, the neighbor, non-physical consciousness, spiritual presences, whatever. You give with balance, with wisdom, with discernment, but you give with your full open heart. And then you create inside of you space to receive as well. And I hope these tips were super useful to you and you have a productive, happy, wonderful holiday season. Thank you for watching the video, and I look forward to seeing you in one of our live talks or webinars. Thank you. See you. Bye-bye.